So today we picked up 3 little baby hedgehogs and their mummy. Originally there was only one found. This one here actually is the largest one. It was squeaking away in the garden all yesterday and all through the night, and the finders actually thought it was a bird at first, because you sort of don't, not everybody would know what a hedgehog sounds like when it's calling, or a baby one. So they found it eventually, and we went to pick it up, and I asked, just out of, could I just go and check the back garden, would be okay, just to see in case, because once there's one, there's usually more, and the fact that it was squeaking like mad, the chances are something's happened to mum. Has it got separated? So we wanted to try and work out what was going on. We went up the garden, had a quick look, and literally within a couple of minutes found mum actually sitting out in the garden, on the soil underneath the bushes. She wasn't in a nest or anything, and just looked behind her and there was a big nest, and inside was another couple of babies. And unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, there's enough, and unfortunately they are absolutely crawling in fleas. Now, fleas on hedgehogs, they are host specific, so they only live on hedgehogs. They're not like the fleas you get in your dog and cat. But obviously, they might have 1 or 2, but to have that many is obviously a problem. So we have to get rid of them. So I've just made up a little bit of warm water here, and there's a tiny little bit of free liquid in it, which helps the fleas to sort of drop off, and they get sort of a bit slimy and they can't get back on again. So we're going to try and get this off here, and it's unbelievable just how many actually come off these little guys. So we'll set it in on its back first, and I'll just drop a little bit of water over it here, and you will see straight away all the fleas falling off its back. And I'll just try and get the worst of them off. We're obviously going to treat them for the fleas as well, for any remaining ones, but we want to try and wash as many of them off down the toilet as possible. We're just going to splash a bit of water off this and hopefully try to knock off an awful lot of these fleas that we can wash down the sink. We are going to treat it for the fleas as well. It's going to get a treatment, but we want to get as many of them off as possible. And if you can see in the water there, you can see how many of them are already falling off. And so there still will be an absolute load of them all around its face and its head. They will all run to the driest point, which is obviously up here at the minute. So the fleas will naturally sort of run up the body and try to find this wee dry area. So we're going to get as many of them off here as possible, and we'll come back in a wee second. Right, well, that's the first bath over, and he's had a treatment there as well. We spot on treatment for the fleas, and as you can see, his face is looking a lot better because it was crawling earlier. And it's amazing just how many fleas you can actually get off very quickly. And we can see now that he's not crawling anymore, which is great. We did find a tick on one of the other ones as well, so they're having a bit of a time with it, those wee babies. This one here is actually about 190 grams, and the other 2 babies are actually smaller than this one, which is why we ended up actually lifting them. Even though mum was with them, they just don't have enough time now between now and hibernating to put on all that excess weight. And they're looking at least another 400 to 500 grams. Oh, I just spotted a flea. That they need to be able to hibernate. So there's no way, although mum could go and hibernate, the babies were going to pass away, unfortunately. So we brought them all in, and it means mum can actually stay with them for the winter, and then come the spring, when they're big enough, they can be separated from mum over the winter, and then come the spring they'll be released. So I'm going to get that one flea. I'll spot another flea there. The treatment will actually help kill all the other fleas that haven't actually got washed off, but we did get the vast majority of them off. I'll show you them now. So you can just see in this slightly soapy water, if I move a bit away, you can just see literally how many fleas were washed off just in, I mean, that was maybe about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of a bath. And they can't swim quite well, so we're able to put the babies in and let them wiggle about, and as they're moving about, that helps to drop off all these fleas as well. So I'm sure it's going to feel so much better getting rid of all of those, and the other ones will die very shortly. So we're going to get this one back in with its mom and the other baby, and get the third one bathed. This is our last one. As you can see, they literally just put it in the water, and the fleas are already dropping off it. I don't know if you can see any. Oh yes, we can see them all running around his head there. Those poor little guys. Okay, so we'll get this one done. Again, you can just see how many fleas have come off that one. So that's 3 baby hedgehogs and mum, all bathed and cleaned, and the most satisfying part is to flush all those fleas down the sink. I can never guarantee we're going to get rid of them all, obviously, but that is going to make them feel 1,000 times better, I am sure. So all three are back with Mum now. We're going to take a wee look at those in a wee second. And there is our little babies. So all three of them in their bed. Mum has dragged the bedding out while she goes in to get some food. You can see she's having a good old crunch, which is great. It's also nice to see them feeding straight away. I know she's got babies to look after, but it's nice to see them eating, that they sort of feel comfortable enough to start eating while you're standing looking at them, which is great. So we'll leave the babies. Oh, okay. That's okay. I think that's me told off for giving them a bath. But we'll let these guys rest now and get settled in. And we've actually kept them, they're quarantined away from all the other hedgehogs. We obviously don't want to spread any remaining fleas that might still be on them. They have been treated for fleas, which is great. So that will kill off the last remaining fleas that are in the area. And we don't want them obviously spreading to the other hedgehogs. So we'll let these guys settle now, and we'll let Mum carry on looking after her babies and let them have a snooze.